Okay, we are going to dissect this owl pellet. I've got one, it's a pretty good size. I think they consider this medium. By the way, this is kind of confusing. I've got one camera over here, one over here, not even over here, but anyway. So if I get a little mixed up, I'm adjusting. So hi, I'm Sean, the Teen Librarian here at the Palm Springs Public Library. This is our owl pellet event. We're gonna dissect an owl pellet and see what we find on the inside. All right. Yikes. So I don't know if anybody's ever seen an owl pellet before, whether in class. I did this, I'm sure as a lot of people did, in the 5th grade, and had a total blast. It was a lot of fun. But I see them, I hike all the time, and I see them out on the trails all the time. These, which are from Pellets.com, I think it's Pellets. It's either Pellets.com or owlpellets.com, and it's like the #1 company for getting owl pellets out. These are from Pellets.com or whatever it is. They are sanitary, sanitized. So, oh my gosh, it's way harder than I remember. Oh, this is, oh God. All right. Oh, I already see a skull real quick. So real quick, what an owl pellet is, obviously. Let's go over that. So owls, they are, I think, primarily carnivores, and they eat birds. Oh, this is good. Okay. They eat birds and insects and rodents. I don't know if they eat insects. I'm making that up. I'm totally making that up. This is my food chart, or my food web, and I have no idea that they eat insects, so they don't. At least according to this, they don't. So, but they eat rodents and other birds. What they do is that when they what they can't process everything that they eat, so they have to throw it up. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I think I have a jaw. I think that's a jaw. Question mark. Yeah, the good thing about having a plate, by the way, this is a paper plate. The good thing about having a paper plate, especially one like this with a rim, is it kind of keeps everything kind of contained. I would recommend definitely using a paper plate or newspaper or paper towels, but a paper plate's the best in terms of containing things. The only problem, as I don't know if you just saw, is I almost flipped this over, at which point I would turn this off and go get the vacuum cleaner, and that would be the end of this. Okay. So I've got a jaw here. I'm going to start separating these out because I'm not going to take everything apart. The forceps are great for picking these out. So anyway, this is there. Okay, so owls, they can't process all the food that they eat, so they have to throw them up, and they come out in these neatly packaged. To me, they look neatly packaged. Pellets is what they're called. I mean, it looks like a giant cat hairball, but there's a lot more going on in there. Namely that it's hair of another animal, a different animal, and not the cat itself. But yeah, this is all you can see. I don't know if you can tell, but there's like fur patterns here. It's probably not coming through too well, but yeah. So I see these out in the wild almost every time I go hiking, and they're always in a trail too. I mean, I'm sure they're across the desert, but you know where I'm at. But I always find them in the middle of the trail. So I like to imagine that the owl is just there in the middle of the trail and just goes, all right, here you go, guys. Check this out. So I'm just doing a rough pull apart here. There's a lot of very small pieces. If you have your bone chart, you'll see how small they can get. This is a much larger one. the one that you have, the paper size, should be more more to scale. But yeah, you know, if you find a chunk and it's just going to come apart, just take it. Oh, this is, oh my gosh, this is a near intact skull. So the forceps, excuse me, these aren't forceps. This is the forceps. I guess this is just the, you know, the I don't know what we're going to call this. The pick. We'll call it a pick. The pick is good for you know, just kind of digging out all the nooks and crannies of fur. Oh my gosh, I gotta admit, I love doing this in the 5th grade, and I've done this I think one other time as a librarian with kids, with teens. This time around, for some reason, my stomach is. I'm fine. Don't worry, I'm fine. But this is gross. Oh, okay. So this is kind of interesting here. I'm going to try to clean this skull up a little bit more and show you what I'm seeing here. And I'm trying not to ram it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Gnarly. So I'm trying to expose this real quick, but this, it looks like to me, so this is a full skull. Oh, it's the full top of the skull. There's no jaw that's attached. I'm sure the jaw's in here somewhere. But I don't know if you can tell. Oh, gross. So gross. I'm gonna have to wipe everything down in my office. Okay, I get this. Okay, right there is a hole. A very, oh gosh, it's going all over my desk. A very large hole. That I don't know if that's an injury from when it was attacked, or if it's something that if the skull is pretty brittle, so it's possible certainly that it. Oh my gosh, I can see a crack, like a fissure in the skull, like where the skull plates usually meet. I mean, we all have. I think they're called fissures. I might be wrong. Somebody look it up. But there's a line, you know, that's between all of the, or you know, that joins the plates. And this, I can see one of them. One of the fissures, that's what I'm going to call it at least, kind of just easily separating. So it could easily be that this is just a, you know, brittle skull and it just kind of fell apart, you know, in the process, or it was an injury. But it's definitely a significant hole. It's about 1 centimeter in size. So that's pretty incredible. All right, I'm going to start digging into this. I don't want to say digging into this. That sounds too up close and personal. But I see the obvious skull here, and it's larger, it's much larger. So I want to check it out. And the song that I'm listening to right now is actually called Given to Fly. So that's kind of perfect. Could be funny though if it was given to throw up owl pellets. Okay. Is it expecting to fly? Expecting to fly. All right, this is, I think that's a scapula, but it was right. I mean, that's the thing is when you're digging through these, okay, this is a pelvis. That shows up, but I have a pelvis here for sure. That's pretty cool. But that was smashed up right in there with the with this larger skull that's here. So I mean, this is just a couple. I mean, it's obviously a couple different animals, but they're just getting tumbled around almost like a washing machine, just kind of jumbled in together. I wonder what bone is like the sock that always gets hidden in something else. It's got to be probably the feet. Hind legs, the smaller ones. Oh my gosh, this thing is huge. The sounds are just great. It's just okay. I'm doing this a little bit rougher just because I want to kind of just get to the big skull and call it a day. So if you take your time with it, though, you can definitely extract more and not break things up. I don't think I've broken anything yet, but I'm purposely going through this one fast because I want to get to this skull. Come on. The picks are also good for just maintaining, holding the skull pretty well, or the larger pieces, and just pulling away from it. So yeah, right underneath the skull, there's several parts that are just jammed up in there. I did just break something. I broke a bone. Sorry. Okay, parts are starting to flick, so I'm going to be a little bit more cautious, so I don't end up with this all over my desk. By the way, today's the 17th, and this is only the second day that we've quietly reopened. Yesterday was kind of our trial. We have reopened to limited capacity and by appointment. So it's a good thing that we did it kind of slow, because we needed to kind of figure out the best way to do it for everybody's safety and experience. So now today, starting today, we've implemented 45-minute sessions, or appointments, if you will. There's no more than 20 people here at a time. And all you gotta do is call, and you can make an appointment, or you can walk up if we have spots available in the session. Then you can come in the library. You can come in the library to browse. Excuse me. You can come in the library to browse things, check them out. You can use the computer. You can do pretty much the normal things that you do at the library. The exception, I mean, sitting with other people, sitting with strangers. We do have limited seating, and it is limited to, tables are limited. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's cool. So the inside of this, I'm gonna go to this real quick. The inside of this, you can't really tell, but it's an imprint of the skull. It just perfectly came right off. And I got most of this off. Let's take a look. Seating's limited to, one person or one family per table, just to kind of keep those biomes separate. But anyway, we're doing 45-minute sessions for on the hour, starting at 10, and then the last session is at 4 o'clock. So starting on the hour for 45 minutes, you can come into the library and do what you got to do. You can also show up, during that session, but it is limited. We do close every 45 minutes to empty the building, clean up areas, spray down areas, and sanitize areas around. So this is a significantly larger skull, and I want to say it's a different animal, but I'm probably wrong. Yeah, this does look like General Grievous from Star Wars. It would be so much easier if I could just pick this up, but I don't want to. I'm guessing that's the same animal, but it's definitely a much larger one. Here's the first one I pulled out, and here's the newer one, or second one. Let's see. Pretty good size. Look at those teeth. My goodness. And this is, as it says, it's just a rodent. I have found a bird, just the top of a bird skull once. You almost always find just rodents. They say rodents, I believe they're almost always voles. But there are obviously mice and things like that, but voles are their main staple. And the shrews, I don't think I've ever seen a shrew or any of the parts of the shrew. The shrew skull would be pretty cool, because I don't know where these come from. I think they come from, the Pacific Northwest. That's where the company is. So I'm assuming they keep everything pretty local. And I'm sure there's thousands of owls out there just handing these things out for free. All right, that's the extent of what I'm going to do for this. That's and I continue going through hind leg. It's a bone. All right, that's about it for this. Join me this Thursday, the 19th, 4 o'clock. This is not Teen Talk, our weekly get-together online. I will be doing that both on Facebook Live and on Instagram Live. Both accounts are both, they are PSPL Teen Zone. If you do a search, it should pop up. We're going to do, we'll do something fun this week on This Is Not Teen Talk. And then going forward, we'll see what happens. We're going to continue doing online programming, even if we are open in some hybrid or some minimum capacity. We'll still continue doing online programming. So make sure you check out our website, palmspringslibrary.org. Check out the event calendar. It's on the right-hand side. We update that monthly. And we also, as always, have our to-go service, Library A Go Go. You can check out anything, even if we are open. You can still, and we encourage you to do Library A Go Go. I'm going to sanitize my hands before I do anything near my face. We encourage you to do Library A Go Go and get your items to go, because we can make it, it's super fast, super easy. You find stuff on the catalog or call us and we can get them ready for you, get them all together. You come at a certain time, we set an appointment. You call us, we check them out to you, put them out on the table, you pick them up, take them home and enjoy. So if you have any questions, give us a call or go to palmspringslibrary.org, and thanks, bye.